guys, we are back for another Premier League predictions. Last week I took on Emma CFC TV and it was actually quite tight and it was a high scoring predictions and I lost. Surprise again. So that's my third week. So that's my third predictions in a row where I've lost to someone. Emma got 20 points and she is now level with Katie at the top. And I am currently on 16 points, still above Mabbott. But today we have a fifth member joining our league, Burnley fan Regan.
When people now ask me if I like football, I say yes, I do like football, but not Burnley. Burnley can fuck off.
Doing some.
I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, yeah.
Good.
Right, so, you know the drill by now. 3 points if you guess the correct result and 5 points if you guess the correct scoreline. So, yeah, let's just get into it. How do you think you're going to do?
Like to say I'll do alright, but I've probably not got any right now, so...
Oh, right, well, we'll have to test that. So, we start off 12:30, Cardiff against Brighton. Now, this is a bit of a challenging mix-up, but I think Cardiff are going to lose after losing 1-0 against Leicester last week. I think that Brighton are going to take this, and I think they're going to take it 2-0.
I'm going to go for 1-1. Obviously,
1-1?
1-1, yeah. Cardiff, obviously, if they're going to stay up, I think it's going to be down to their home form, and these are the sort of games, and they need to be winning, so Brighton are usually quite solid to play against, so I feel like it's going to be 1-1, yeah.
Right, so we move on to the 3 PM kickoffs. We start off with Huddersfield against my boys, West Ham United. Huddersfield have got their first win of the season after beating Fulham 1-0, and West Ham, who did they beat?
No
Who did they beat?
No comment.
Who did they beat last week?
No comment.
Liquid football, mate. So, West Ham come back from beating Burnley 4-2 in probably one of our most convincing results of the season. I'm going to go for a 2-1 West Ham win. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as what it was at the John Smith Stadium last season, but I think West Ham are going to take it 2-1, just about. Marko Arnautovic hopefully will do bits for us, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Regan?
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think your win against us last week was pretty big for you. Obviously, Huddersfield got a very important win against Fulham on Monday night, but I feel like you've just got too much for them. So.
Yeah, I know, but Emma said last week that we'd win comfortably against Jews and not concede, and she was obviously wrong in that.
You should have been at least 5 up before.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, but we just took advantage of
the line.
We just took advantage of many mistakes. Anderson was unlucky not to have gotten 4 or 5 goals. We let Burnley through twice, and yeah, I think we're going to concede again, but I think we'll take it. Right, so we move on to Leicester City against Regan's Burnley. Regan is actually going tomorrow with 2 of my flatmates, so that should be fun. The West Ham fan and the Tottenham fan going with you. How's that going to be?
Oh, it should be fine. I'm sure Emily will turn her West Ham colours into Burnley colours. Callum's got a soft spot for the mighty Clarets, so
how do you reckon you'll get on this weekend then?
Every time I've been to the King Power, and as far as I can remember, it's been such a bogey place for us to go. And obviously, after the unfortunate events what happened at the King Power the other week, I'm going to go 1-0 Leicester. I obviously hope I'm wrong, but yeah, it's a very bogey place for us to go to.
I actually think it's going to be more one-sided than that. I'm thinking Burnley are going to capitulate like they did against West Ham last week, and I think it's going to be 3-1 to Leicester.
Yeah, well, we have been conceding, as you've seen, 13 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
It's not very Burnley type, what everyone's used to in the Premier League, so
well,
something's not going right for us at the minute, and it needs to change as soon as possible, otherwise we're going to be in for a very long season.
Yeah. So, we move on to Newcastle United against Bournemouth. Newcastle got their first win also last weekend by beating Watford 1-0. But I think Bournemouth and recently called up for England, Callum Wilson will dominate the Geordies, and I think it's going to be 3-1 again to Bournemouth.
I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth. Bournemouth have been very good this year, and their attacking lineup is very, very exciting and threatening, so I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth, yeah.
Right, so we move on to our final 3 PM game on the Saturday. Southampton against Watford at St Mary's. I think Watford are going to want to bounce back into form after losing against Newcastle. I think they're going to take it. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Watford win.
I'm going to go 1-1, you know, because Southampton, they really need to start picking up points, otherwise they're going to be in a dogfight with us and other teams at the end of the season, so I'm going to go 1-1. I think a lot of people expected Watford to beat Newcastle last week, and obviously Newcastle beat them 1-0, so yeah, 1-1 at St Mary's Stadium.
Right, so we move on to our final Saturday game, 5:30, at Selhurst Park, we have got a London derby, Crystal Palace against Tottenham. I think it's going to be an easy win for Tottenham. I'm going to go for another 3-1 win. I'm going quite high this weekend. I think Tottenham are just going to dominate, and I think Palace will score, but I don't think they'll do enough to get anything out of Tottenham.
I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Spurs will nick it. Yeah, 2-1.
Right, so we move on to Sunday, and we start off with Liverpool against Fulham at Anfield. Now, Fulham just lost to Huddersfield, as I said, and I think that Liverpool won't go that easy on them, so I'm going to go for a 3-0 Liverpool win.
I'm going to have to go with Sonny. 3-0 Liverpool. Fulham are just leaking goals like Burnley, and Liverpool at Anfield will just be too strong for him. So yeah, 3-0.
So we move on to 2:15 at Stamford Bridge. We have got Chelsea against Everton. I think this could be a tight fixture, but I do think Chelsea will come out winners. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea win.
I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea. Yeah, so I think Chelsea will have enough too. I think they'll have too much for him, so it'll be a close game, but Chelsea will nick it, so 1-0 Chelsea.
So we move on to 4:30. We have got Arsenal against Wolves at the Emirates. I think this will be a quite easy win for Arsenal. They want to bounce back into form after drawing against Sporting. Did they play against Sporting?
Yeah, Sporting.
They played against Sporting. Yes, I got it right. So they just come back from a 0-0 draw against Sporting in the Europa League. So I think Emery's team will want to come back with a win. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Gunners win.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I think, obviously, Arsenal have got a bit too much, but Wolves will be a good test for them. So 2-1 Arsenal, yeah.
So we move on to our final game of Sunday, and what a fixture this is. The Manchester derby at the Etihad. This will be a very exciting fixture, especially after Manchester United won against Juventus late on, and Manchester City beat Shakhtar the next 6-0, including that Raheem Sterling penalty, which shouldn't have been a penalty. So both teams are going to really want to go for this, but I think Pep is going to dominate over Mourinho, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 City win.
You know what? I'm going to go for 2-2, because everyone, obviously, Manchester is currently blue as it stands at this moment in time. But United, they were 2-0 down at the Etihad last season, and he came back to win 3-2, and they're in decent form at the minute, United. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-2. It'll be a very exciting game as well, so I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah.
I think that's it, isn't it?
That it?
Yeah.
Hell, we've gone through that quick.
I know.
How long has it been? So that is the end of our Premier League preview. We have got my predictions here, and we have got Regan's predictions just about there. And yeah, that's about it. How do you think you're going to get on with those results? Do you think you're going to overtake that 20-point mark? So, because nobody's done that so far this season. So how do you think you'll fare with that?
Well, I'm pretty confident, but in saying that, probably get none right. So we'll have to wait and see, mate.
Well, there was quite a few that said that they wouldn't get the right results, but then they end up getting the one right result, which beats me. So yeah, so we'll have to wait and see in the next Premier League preview next week, when
it's an international break.
It's international break, isn't it?
Yes,
it is international break. So there will be no Premier League preview next week, unfortunately, because of the international break. But I will be back for the next.
You're supposed to be a football journalist, mate.
Phone. So, unfortunately, there will be no Premier League preview next week because of, obviously, the international break. But I will be back in 2 weeks with the preview. See who I come up against next and see if they can top our league. Thank you to Regan Mush for being here, mate.
Thank you for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure to have been on your YouTube channel, as it's such a well-known channel to go and look on YouTube.
Well, yeah, so that is about it. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later.